Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I want to talk to you guys real quick about love during lockup. Yes, we are back for another review. So make sure you guys are coming into the video. You are supporting the channel by liking up the video. And if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the first group of people I want to talk about, and that is really Joey and Michael. I want to go ahead and get them out the way because I felt like it wasn't a whole lot to their story. Okay, Joey is at this place where he wants to get a bit more intimate with Michael. He's struggling with that because he's not really connecting, intimately with him. I mean, they try different things to connect, but it's difficult for Joey when you have your parents in the next room, and then also the man that you're doing this with is on a video call, and ain't no telling who may walk past and peek and see what's going on the screen. On top of the fact that it is being monitored, so he's a bit apprehensive about that. But I could tell he's willing to push the needle a bit for Michael because he loves Michael, but then also because he don't want Michael to cheat. But what you don't know, Joey, is that Michael is already cheating and ain't nobody finna tell me nothing about it. Okay. Joey lets us know that Michael has even told him that he has lazy head. Okay, well, he didn't say that, but he said the head wasn't good. So I'm like, okay, it must be lazy then. So he has highlighted the fact that you don't do that great of a job when it comes to giving him head and stuff. So because of that, you're not as experienced sexually as Michael is a reason for me to believe that he's probably out there getting it how he lives in prison with somebody else that may be a bit more experienced. And I hate that for you, you know. Joey does go on to let us know, like, listen, when it comes to Michael and what's happening with him, I don't want to be his mama. I don't want to be his parole officer, probation officer, or what. I don't want to have to be those people to him. And I'm like, well, baby, guess what? You're gonna have to do it. He did don't even listen to his parents. When you did bring that up, he was feeling a bit frustrated, like, oh, I don't want to have to deal with this. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, that's what it was given. So I feel like Joey's gonna have a very hard time with Michael, and it doesn't sound good, but I'm not gonna say I hope Michael is locked up, but I will say that if Michael is locked up for another 6 years, I think that's actually gonna be great for Joey. At least I hope, because I'm hoping that Joey finds a way to move on beyond Michael and not allow Michael to waste another few years of his life, in my personal, right? I feel like he will, out of, hope, because a lot of people, mess with folks off of hope, hoping that it's going to be the best situation when they come out and maybe they would have learned their lesson. And I don't want to give up all the time that I've already invested in this person, all of that mess. I'm hoping that he doesn't think like that. And over time, Michael reveals to be the person that he's not really into, and you could go on about your business and find somebody that's more so your speed. I don't know what the strong connection is to Michael. I guess because when you were going through your lows, Michael was there, and that's really the only connection. You may like him sexually, but he's already letting you know that you're not really pleasing him sexually. So I don't think that's just who you are. Even though, no matter how much you try to rise to that occasion for Michael, I just don't think that's who Joey is. So hey, Joey decides that he was gonna rent a hotel room. So he went and got him a hotel so that he can, be a bit more intimate and feel connected and sexy and stuff when he does whatever he does with Michael, and don't have to worry about his parents being in the next room. But child, I don't even think that's gonna be a good idea or a good job. I think that you should often get yourself a hotel so that you could just decompress and be by yourself. Since you do stay with your parents, I think you deserve that anyway, outside of just Michael. But you're gonna use it for the opportunity of you trying to, get a little freaky child, and we'll see how that's gonna play. Good luck, okay? But that's what's going on with Joey and Michael. Who else do I want to go ahead and tap into? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into Rick and Samantha, okay? I really don't think that Rick is as into Samantha as she may think. I really don't, y'all. I really don't. I feel like Rick is a bit of a liar in my personal, and I think that he doesn't want to be lonely himself, which is the reason why he continues to deal with Samantha. But of course, that's just my personal. He does go and hang out with his nieces. Of course, Samantha gives him a call and he lets her know, like, hey, I told everybody that we're engaged. So she's really happy that everybody is aware and they know, oh, that's my man, that's my mother man. Okay, so she's really glad that everybody knows that. She ends up bringing up the fact that I guess she doesn't have certain items that he typically sends for her, whether it's for, soap and things like that, body wash, hair shampoo, whatever it is. He typically sends those things along with a bit of money. He's saying that money is tight right now, so he can't do that. And I'm like, oh, so now money's tight. That's interesting, because didn't you say on the first time we met you on one of these episodes, you were trying to say that, oh, I have a trust for her, or I'm working on the trust for her, or whatever. So when you say that, that leads me to believe that you got some coin. Didn't you have some retirement money, or whatever the case it was? You made it seem like you had money for her, and then now all of a sudden you don't. So I can't fault her for feeling a way about that when you had her believe in one thing, and then here we are, it's something completely different. I can't fully fault her on that. You know what I'm saying? Even though the nieces are looking at it like, I don't know about her, it seems like she might just be in it for a sugar daddy or whatever. She probably thought she was getting one man, but it's giving something else, or whatever the case is. And I'm just like, I don't think it's all her, guys. I don't think it's all her. That's just me. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about everything in the comment section. But I think Rick is also a part of the damn problem. He over there still getting text messages from Sandy or whatever, and Sandy sending all these pictures, which is fine. Sandy sending pictures and stuff, but child, we know Sandy want a little bit more than what Sandy is getting from Rick. Period. Okay, but that's what's going on with them. We do see where Rick and Samantha have a conversation at a later time. She wants him to come out there and see her and everything, and he's apprehensive about it, and he's trying to say that he can't come to Idaho or whatever because the money is tight and stuff like that. And I don't like how he's trying to play her out like she wants too much and she's pushing it too hard. And it's like, you're making it seem like she wanted this relationship by herself, because you didn't have to propose to her, right? You chose to propose to this woman. So why are you trying to make it seem like she is the problem here? Like, I don't know. It's something about Rick, y'all. It's something about him. And I know she's the one locked up, but he's not innocent, okay? But yeah, so you proposed to her. These are your problems. He did let us know that money is tight because his ex-wife gets half of his pension for the rest of her life. Okay, so it came out that this was a situation where it was cheaper to keep her. You should have kept your ex-wife. Okay. But I thought that you had more money than just that pension going along. So I don't know. It's like you said one thing in the beginning, now it's something else, and it's giving contradictory. And I see why Samantha may respond to you like she does respond to you. And I don't think that he's all in on her like he would want to be, or she would want him to be. Right, because she says that I feel like you're not as in it though. I feel like you're not in it anymore. Something like that she mentioned to him, and he's trying to say that it's not that. And I'm like, those are definitely the vibes that you're giving. But you go out and you play tennis or whatever you're playing with with one of your friends, and then you open up and say, "Oh, it's the money," but she is the person that I do want to be with ultimately. And I'm like, Rick, I feel like you lying. I don't think that she's the person you want to be with ultimately. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments about that. But Rick is full of shit. I really think that. And I feel like when Samantha does come home, she's going to learn about all of the little antics and different shit he's been doing. Because now I feel like Rick ain't got no money because Rick probably been so busy giving his money to other bitches. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, but we'll find out at a later time on the next episode or a few episodes in the future of Love During Lockup. Okay, now I want to move on to something that I was really surprised by, which is Andrew and Candice. One, I wasn't really expecting Candice to walk out of the door, and she did. Candice came out of the door. Actually, Candice and him look nice together. Okay, I don't know why I was expecting Candice to be much slimmer and taller than him, but she's actually I think their sizes complement each other, and he's a bit taller than her, so they don't look that bad together. And I'm like, you know what, they may actually end up making a good couple. I hope she doesn't break his heart. He seems to be a very nice, genuine guy, and I feel like a lot of the nicer, genuine guys do get played over, all because, oh, they don't look like what you may want them to look like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But that's how it be. So Andrew seems like a really nice guy, and I hope that things does work out, between them. But I don't know. Okay, so she comes out, they hug, they kiss. She starts letting us know that she's been getting in trouble since the age of 19, and it hasn't stopped there. But I do hope that now is where the line is drawn. Let me tell y'all something. Andrew finna hurry up and try and put a baby in this woman. He already got one kid. Okay. He already got one kid, and now that he got her and she accepted his proposal, which is what I was kind of surprised by. She accepted it, but I say he finna try and hurry up and get this lady a little prego. But we gonna see how that plays out, okay? She tells us that she realized she loves Andrew when he showed her that he loved her in spite of everything that she had going on. She said she never expected to be the person to play him out for his money, in so many words. She was just really getting to know him. He willingly wanted to give her things. She didn't ever expect to really live off of him, but these are things he initiated, and I can see that because I feel like he needed to set himself above the rest of the other guys that she may have been talking to and show her that, hey, you want money? I got money. He had to buy her love in a sense. So I see him definitely going the extra mile. You don't have this, let me get you that. What else you ain't got? Okay, let me show you this, let me show you that. So he knew what to do. And he definitely won her over. Now, y'all know he got this apartment set up for her, but he got the apartment set up and fully furnished without even knowing whether she's going to be able to actually live in the home. So right now, what the issue is that she has to go to the halfway house and check in. And from there, that's where she'll get her orders, okay? It seems like she won't be able to change her address until she shows a bit of improvement over the next 30 days. So that's what she's saying. Not really clear of how that's going to work out, but she does need to get over to the halfway house to figure some things out. Okay. She also lets us, we also see this interaction between she and him where he's all up on her and she's kind of like, okay, ease back just a little bit. And the reason for that is because she isn't used to affection like that. She's used to not being loved, not cared about, shown affection, none of that. So she's not used to any of this. Okay. So I believe that. That's exactly what was coming to my head when she, wasn't being so receptive all the time to his advances or whatever. And I was like, okay, I think that she has a lot going on and she's not like an affectionate person. And we end up hearing her say that. What I did have a problem with was when she was telling Andrew, like, yo, we're going to have to slow some things down. It's just some stuff I'm not really used to. We need to, like, just, take our time with it. And he told her, let me know if I'm doing too much. Let me know, whatever. She was like, yeah, let's just chill a bit. It seems like he still would not move out of her face. And I don't know what the reluctance, I don't know what was making him hesitate from moving out of her face. But I'm like, are you not hearing her telling you to scoot back just a little bit? That's what she's telling you, to scoot back. She's trying to be as normal as possible because I do believe she cares about you. Okay. And you're doing oh so much for her, something that she's never seen before. So, of course, she's drawn to you. She likes you, whatever it is. But you are in her face a bit too much. Like, scoot back just a tad. All right. And I just kind of didn't like that he wasn't really hearing her when she was saying that. Right. So, there's that. Okay. Let's see. Who else do I want to talk about today? I feel like we can go ahead and touch on Ayana, I suppose, because Ayana didn't give us a whole lot, but she gave us enough for me to know that she gets on my nerves. Okay, she gets on my nerves. So Jamal and she gets on the phone. It's the day that she has to get on Zoom court so that she can have her hearing to find out whether she's going to be doing 90 days, 15 days, or whatever her sentencing is going to be. She's on the phone with Jamal. Jamal tries to clear up everything from the day before or whenever it happened when she met the parents. And he was talking to the parents, I mean, at least talking to her with his family and then talking to her brother. And he talks about how they're not going to get married immediately once he gets out of jail. It's going to be like 2 years. Now he's trying to clean it up and he's trying to say, oh, well, I wasn't saying that I was going to make you wait to marry me for 2 years. I was just going to wait till we had the money, in so many words, for you to have the wedding that you should have or whatever. And I'm just like, why are you lying? Why you always lying? Like, that's what it's giving. But ironically, Ayana saw right through that. She was just like, oh, okay, so just say anything, huh? So I'm just supposed to eat that up, huh? Just believe that. I was like, oh, so you're not as stupid as you look and as stupid as you act, okay? Because we all can see right through what he's saying. He want to make sure that he ain't finna lose you just yet. But even if he does propose to you, doesn't mean that y'all are gonna get married right away. I see him proposing to you and just keeping you on the hook as long as he can keep you on the hook, in all honesty. But that's just my opinion on that, unless you are forcing him to go ahead and get married to you as soon as he walk out them jail doors. We'll have to wait and see, which I think would be so unfair to your children, all because you're yearning for love. You're seeking something that you expect him to clean up. I don't think that's fair to your children. I think they deserve the opportunity to get to know this man you're bringing into your life. It should that honestly, you need to get to know this man more before you even bring them around your kids. That's number one. But at least give them the opportunity to get to know this man and also his damn kids, because he got a lot of them. The kids need to get to know you. Okay. So anywho, she tells him, listen, I don't want no more surprises. I can't take it anymore. I don't want no surprises about anything, no secrets, no nothing. Just let's be honest up front. And hopefully he gives her that. Now she gets off the phone with him so that she can have her court hearing, her Zoom hearing. She's trying to get everything together. She's trying to get her daughter situated and stuff. And I'm like, dang, you couldn't get nobody, like nobody was around to be able to watch her daughter. I really hate that for you. She gets on the Zoom call, and from my understanding, the judge tells her, like, you can't feed your daughter, you can't do this or that. Listen, I feel like Ayana blows so many things out of proportion that I don't even believe that's what the judge said. I feel like as the judge, and we watch Zoom court, we do watch alongs over here on Zoom about Zoom court and stuff. And I just feel like the judge expects you to have everything in order and treat this call just as important as you would treat anything else. Okay, and be as professional as you can be. And that means getting the adequate care that you can have for your kids, right? So that you can actually sit down and have a proper Zoom thing. And I'm like, if they're not going to adhere to the orders of court as if they're in court with Zoom, then cut it out and just take them to bring them into the courtroom. Bring them into the courtroom where they will have to show up, right? So I feel like the judge probably didn't say things to her as bad as Ayana said she did, and she tried to blow it out of proportion. She told me I couldn't feed my daughter, and this, that, that, F you and your kids, and this and that. And she wants to get an attitude with me, and I hate that I gotta kiss her ass, and da da da, in order to get a better sentencing. And she told me I may be faced with 4 years probation, and da 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 da, and all this other stuff. So she's all upset about it based on how she handled it. Like, hey, Yana, your mama already told you to watch your mouth. You're very disrespectful. And when your daughter grows up with that same mouth and she's very disrespectful, you should understand exactly where she got it from and where she's coming from. Okay. I do feel like you and your attorney should have had a call or some type of communication prior to let them know, hey, unfortunately I could not get care for my daughter today. She will be here with me on the Zoom call. Can you communicate that to the judge to let her know I'm not trying to disrespect her courtroom by far? Okay, but I would like, for her to know that my daughter is here near me, whatever. Okay, but also you knew your daughter was going to be hungry. I just kind of feel like, I don't know, as a parent, if you know you're having an important call, have everything that your child needs to have at the table if you don't want them to distract you. In my personal, but we talk about Ayana, who sometimes don't seem like she got it all. For real, for real. Have the play activities that she's gonna have on the table with her. Have a little snack or whatever already on the table, so you don't have to get up and go and give that to her or for her or anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in support of this, but maybe you would have had to at least take your son to school a little later, check him in, if he could at least help and sit with your daughter while you have this quick little um 1 hour or whatever session with this judge real quick or something. Like, I don't know, you should have just did better planning. And then because you didn't do better planning and the judge calls you out on it, you want to throw an attitude because your mama called you out on something too, and you got an attitude with her as well. So I do feel like you're the problem, despite whatever narrative you want to paint out about the judge. I feel like you were the problem. Even Jamal got on the phone with her and told her that it's bigger than you, it's bigger than this. Okay, they gonna treat you like that. Everybody sees you as a criminal, whatever it is. They see plenty of people come in their courtrooms like this. They're gonna display certain behavior towards you to see how you handle it and whether or not you really are calm, whether or not you really are trying to change things. Your response to how they talk to you is going to be a clear indicator of a lot. Your best bet was just to sit down, be quiet, possibly say I apologize, whatever it is. But he was trying to let her know, like, it's bigger than you. You and I got these plans of things that we're trying to do. And I said, why you got Jamal being the one that makes sense? Okay. Y'all got plans or whatever when y'all get out of prison. And I mean, when he gets out of prison or whatever, and you're doing things to jeopardize that to where you might be in trouble, to where if you're on probation, you may not be able to be around anybody that has had a felony or whatever the case is. So with that being said, y'all may not even be able to communicate because of the things that you over here doing. So you never think of the bigger picture, and that's your problem. Because if you thought about the bigger picture, you would have thought about how being in a relationship with this man can affect your children. Knowing that this man was in a relationship with your ex best friend. This man has a child, from my understanding, with your ex best friend. You didn't even consider your kids and the dynamic and how that would make them feel should there be any drama or anything from the decisions you chose to make. Like, I just don't like how big and grown she is, but she operates like a teenager. It's just really tragic. It's really sad. And then expects everybody to understand her side of things. Like, girl, you need therapy. You need to go and get your mental together. And I'm not even trying to be funny, okay? But That's just my thought, all right? Now, y'all leave y'all thoughts on Ayana and the Jamal of it all, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get to Teeny and Rob, okay? She has a sit down with her very beautiful children. Can I say, I do love how she keeps open communication with her kids. Now, I may cringe at the fact that these children are calling a man that they haven't technically lived a day to day life with as their dad. I am cringing at that, but I do love how she's so open. She communicates with them and allows them to express how they're feeling and what they're thinking about the overall situation and the dynamic of her and him and their family unit. So I do appreciate that a lot. I think she has some very intelligent kids. Okay, hopefully he comes into their life and he kind of adds to it, in my opinion, like comes into their life and adds to it and doesn't take it away. And it's not a, because he's been locked up for years, well, almost 2 decades or so. A lot has changed since he's went in. Okay, so hopefully he doesn't come in and it really affects their overall family dynamic. Hopefully he adds to what they have going on and it could be just as normal for the kids as possible. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where they are now. Like, I'm looking forward to getting to the next season and learning, oh, he's out, this is what, or even later this season, hopefully he gets out during the time that we're watching the show and we get to see the dynamics and things and how they act, how the kids may like him or whatever. So yeah, she lets the kids know, like, hey, he's going to be getting out 2 months later than normal. So her daughter is really sad because she was expecting him to be out for a birthday party. And unfortunately, that's just not going to be the case. But quickly, she understood as Teeny began to explain to them, it's going to be better for the family. I think it is too. I would much rather it be a situation where he can go and come as he please and he doesn't have to keep checking in and waiting forever for somebody to approve whether or not he can go to this state, that state, or whatever. So I think that's the best decision for them as a whole. And that's what she tells the kids as they think about it. So she lets her know, by the time we do your birthday trip, though, understand he'll be out. So whatever you don't get for your birthday, we're still gonna have that as a family for your birthday celebration. So the daughter was really happy about that. Okay. So I thought that was good. The good interaction between her and her kids, and she's keeping it open with them. The only thing I am more reserved about, as we talked about, is them referring to him as dad. Okay. And I feel like that's a big role to fill for children that are not yours. Okay. So if you're gonna step up and be that, really be that. Because I think she said her daughter's dad passed away. Really be that. So we'll see. Now her mom does come over and they go and they do some retail shopping. And of course, she's spending his money. Now, Rob does let us know that he has two sources of income. And with him having those two sources of income, he provides for Teeny. And Teeny decides she wants to use up some of his money and stuff. Okay. He lets us know that he's an alpha male. And I'm like, wow, you're an alpha male that's providing from prison. And you, like, I don't know. I'm like, you ain't even there. You trying to be an alpha male. What is this idea about being an alpha male? He says he wants a more submissive woman, but Teeny's not that submissive. And he says he tries to get her to be that, but she's like, no, that's not gonna be me. And I said, I'm with Teeny. I'm with Teeny. No, sir, not at all. He told me something. If she doesn't, I guess, work on her submissiveness, it could lead to an issue in a relationship. I said, boy, you about ain't going nowhere. I doubt it. I doubt it. You may try and create an issue so you can go out there and do whatever you want, but I doubt it's really going to affect the relationship for real, for real. But anywho, she talks with her mom, and her mom doesn't really know him for real. According to the mom, she don't really know Rob like that. He's been in prison for a long time. It can really affect a lot of things, and she's really concerned. She's used to it being her daughter, and her daughter's children. Now it's about to be this new person coming in, and she knows just how much of her time he's going to be occupying. So she's really worried and concerned about that. She doesn't know what that dynamic is going to look like. And that's her only daughter, it sounds like, or at least that's her baby girl. So, it does bother her. She thinks he's gonna come in and change up some things. But I'm hoping, I'm hoping, I am hoping for the best with Rob, y'all. I'm hoping that Rob turns out to be a really good guy coming out of prison, and that the whole family has a great vibe around him. That is definitely what I hope, especially for the sake of the children, that he does make them feel safe and stuff like that. So that's what one will hopes, and I hope that her mom and him does have a good relationship. Of course, we're gonna need a little drama in order to keep them on the show. Okay. But ultimately, I hope they have a pretty good family dynamic amongst them. All right. But we'll just see. We'll have to wait and see as the show continues to develop. You all let me know your thoughts and comments about everything. Please chime in on Rick and Samantha and whether you feel like Rick is like a liar. Hello. Also, need to hear your thoughts about Ayana and this bullshit she's trying to feed people as though the judge was the one in the wrong, knowing she was the one in the wrong. Because had she never got herself in this situation to begin with, we would not be here, girl. And just let me know your issue or your thoughts about, Teeny Rob and the entire family dynamic. Okay, that is all that I have for you guys at this time. I am Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a